Hello there, Jane of Jane Hogan Health. I am the wellness engineer, and I love to combine science and spirituality to help people let go of pain and inflammation by releasing inflammatory foods, thoughts, and feelings so they can become empowered creators of their own health. And this show is Wellness by Design, and it's all about helping people design a life and their health rather than reacting to the world around them. So being purposeful about designing their life. And so I share different things that help promote optimal health. And especially because I had joint pain and inflammation, that's kind of where I focus, but really can apply to just about anything. So I'm talking today about, I'm following up on a live I did last week, which was called your 5 morning habits to ease pain and inflammation, joint pain and inflammation. So, of course, morning habits. So one of the morning habits is to get some movement in. Movement is great, of course. When your joints start to stiffen up, then if you don't move, you will stiffen up and it gets harder and harder. And I do find that when I can stretch more, I actually can really relieve any pain. Now, I don't have much pain anymore, but I do tend to get stiff if I don't stretch. So I'm going to tell you about some of the things that I do. So I am not a trained physiotherapist. I am not a personal trainer. I am just showing you what I find works for me. Okay, so if you'd like to learn a little bit more about it, just pay attention. So the movement that I find really helpful, really helpful, is yoga. And I really prefer hot yoga, but there's no hot yoga studio where I live, not hot yoga anyway. So yeah, I just do my own yoga every morning. I have this little routine that I follow. Sometimes I will follow YouTube videos. There's loads of people doing doing yoga on YouTube. So you can find something at all levels. And it's just really great because it stretches. I find it also can be very meditative. I love doing my yoga in the morning, and it's right now this time of year, it's still dark out then, so it's quiet. So I just turn on really low lighting and I almost have my eyes closed for part of it. So it feels very meditative while I'm stretching. And while you're holding poses in yoga, you're breathing slowly. And then while you're doing that, you're actually getting the stretch in. So I really recommend yoga. That's what I love. Now, maybe you have something else that you love, and I'd like to hear about that. Just leave a comment and let me know if you find some other practice really helpful. I know a lot of people love yoga, but there's some people who go, nope, don't like yoga. And that's okay too. So maybe you've got another kind of thing that you do. But I find even with the yoga, I still need to do some targeted stretching. Okay, so what do I mean by targeted stretching? Well, for me with rheumatoid arthritis, it tends to be like hands and feet that are the worst, and my knees as well at one point were really quite bad. So I do try to make sure that I'm still stretching my muscles around my legs so that I can keep my knees nice and limber. So first of all, my hands, I really like to do like any exercises that move my hands. So like kind of like bent fingered ones and then straight fingered ones like this. And then, so they're great. And then I also like to do these stretches like this. Can you see what I'm doing there? Do the other side as well. So those kinds of ones are great. And then sometimes like you got little muscles in your hands that are actually can get quite tight. Massage is great to get it loosened up, but you know, can't go to massage every day. So what I find great for that, so I'm going to show you some of these tools that I got. Very simple. It's like, you know, one of those high bouncer kind of tools. It's not a tool, it's just a high bouncing ball. So actually what I do on a flat surface, I'll roll my hand over that ball and press down hard. And that helps to loosen up. This muscle for me gets quite tight. This little muscle in here gets quite tight. And so it helps loosen that up. So it's just like a little high bouncer ball, like from the dollar store. So I find that really, really great. And you can experiment with different parts of your hands. You probably can't see what I'm doing, but I'm rolling around on my desk here and feels really good. So that's one thing that's great. So hands, I've covered those things. Yes, yes. So a similar thing with my feet, and I'm not going to show you, but I stand on my tippy toes and I'll balance on one foot and I'll balance on the other foot. And that helps stretch out my feet like that. And then in a similar way that I did this with my hands, I kind of bend my toes and get a stretch in the top part of my foot by doing that. So that's really helpful as well. Another thing, these are really great. Have you ever seen these kinds of things before? They're toe stretchers. So when I do my yoga, I put them between my toes. They're just gel. They're called Joya toes, if you want to order any from the company, Joya toes. So I just put them between my toes while I'm doing my yoga, and they stretch my toes out. And it just, it's just an unusual kind of stretch that I wouldn't get otherwise. So I find that really helpful as well. So that's my toe stretchers. Now, I love to also stretch out the bottoms of my feet. So I found when I developed RA that actually I was getting a lot of tenseness, like the bottoms of my feet were getting tight. So I have different, okay, so this might seem a little crazy. I've just got different size balls for different things. So I find this size is really good for the bottom of my feet. So I'll stand up and I'll put my feet on it and I'll just roll around, press down hard, and I just keep rolling. So I find the little tight spots. And when I find a tight spot, I'll just roll a little bit more. So I find that really good. And where else? Sometimes I will also use this if I've got tight spots kind of anywhere. So for me, this is really good on my back as well. So I'll roll around and roll on the floor, lying on my back on this. Again, I just find the tight spots and then roll around on that. And then depending on where it is, this ball's a little soft, but I have bigger balls for bigger muscles. Okay, so I'll use these ones in different places. I also find this is a, I don't know, I guess you'd call it kind of like a pressure point kind of ball. So it's got these bumps on it. And I find that one good for different spots as well. So I often use this one actually for my glutes. So I'll roll up against a wall on my glutes, and that helps loosen those up, because all of the muscles, not that they're attached to each other, but they, they're attached to the different things. And eventually, when some start to tighten up, all of them will start to tighten up. So, for example, I was getting a bit of an Achilles problem. So a tight Achilles can mean actually tight glutes can cause tight Achilles. Tight feet can cause an Achilles problem. Tight calves, tight all the way your hamstrings can do that as well. Oh, I found that ball great for my hamstrings too. And let me see, this is another one I use. So this is an old sock, and I've got two little balls like this inside it. And I find this one really great for like my neck. So I'll lie on the floor and I'll get it right in the right spot, and I'll roll around on that to loosen up the little muscles that are in around my neck. So the fact that there's two of them there, really makes it good for around my neck. So that's a great tool. Now, if you don't have a foam roller, oh, there's another one. This is a nice size one. This is hard as well. So again, just experiment with different sizes and hardnesses of these different balls. And really, once you start rolling around, it's kind of fun to find the tight spots, knowing that you're rolling them out and making them get a little bit looser. So if you don't have a foam roller, I highly recommend that you get one. Now, this is kind of a fancy one, but you can get ones that are just foam with no bumps at all on them. You can get some that have bumps on them. This one's got kind of a variety of bumps, and you can see it goes in and out. I find this one really great. This was actually given to me as a gift from my brother. It came from down in the States, and the company is called Magi, M-A-G-I. I believe, Magi. So yeah, this is a great tool. So how do I use this? Lots of different ways. Mostly for rolling out on the floor. I can roll really any part of me out on it. I do my calves, I do my quads, I do my IT band. So just to show you, sometimes knee tightness can actually come from a tight IT band along here. So I will put this on the floor, and I will actually get on my side, and I'll get it on lie on my IT band on the foam roller and roll back and forth. And that really loosens that up. Because one time I thought it was actually arthritis in my knees, and I came to find out it was just tight muscles, a tight IT band. And once I keep that nice and loose, no knee pain. Kind of crazy. I can also use this for rolling out on my glutes as well. Really almost anywhere. So it's a great tool. So that's my little tools of stretching that I like to use. I'm wondering what you like. What do you like to use? What exercises do you like to do? Do you have any other tools that you like to use for stretching? Love to hear it and share it, because, then we can all benefit. So just leave a note in the comments, leave a comment there. Let me know what you like to use. So, yeah, I hope you found it helpful. And let me see, if you want to have my whole morning routine that I like to do, then you are more than welcome to download it. It's free. I've just done a little PDF, and it's kind of like a multimedia. I got audio and connection to video and so on. So yeah, you could just download that. It's at janehoganhealth.com/mornings. Okay, so there it is for you if you want to use it. I hope you have a great day. Hope you found this useful. Bye.